Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to be doing a deck testing on the non-quest Control Warrior in 2017. You'd be, Rob, you're fucking crazy. I'd have to say yes. Yes, I am. So this deck, I got so tired of what Taunt Warrior is. Like, the deck is just so incredibly brain dead, boring to play, boring to watch. All around, the game plan of it is exactly the same. You play taunts and you win through a basic ass brain dead hero power. So what I've done is I've tried to replicate what used to be the Control Warrior deck. I added an own little swing to it because currently we don't have Justicar anymore. We don't have, you know, Shield Maidens and things like that. So I've had to replicate it with what Warrior currently has, and that's cards that buff cards in your hand like John Han Cho and the Grimy Gadgeteer. But we'll explain that once we get into the deck list. So for those of you unfamiliar with how I do my deck guides, I talk about the deck, all the cards in it, why I have one card of some and two cards of others. Once we talk about the deck list, basic synergies, and why I have what I have in here, we go into some ranked games and we play those ranked games. Unfortunately, I've already done this deck guide once. Unfortunately, we actually went 4-0, which was crazy. I didn't think we could. Normally, I expect like 3-1. With this deck, I expect like 3-2 or 4-2, something like that, because the deck isn't necessarily super powerful, but it's just really fun to play, and it brings back the old Control Warrior roots. So for those of you, again, deck guide talking about the cards in the deck first, then heading into the matches, and if you want to skip ahead to where we just get in the matches, you're more than welcome to. So the deck list. Blood to Ichor. Originally, I started running one or two of these guys, but then I found that it's kind of like a really bad top deck later on, and it's actually not the greatest card to have against other control matches. So I found one to be pretty cool. It combos well with Gramash later, or Hellscream later in the game. It also combos well with the Alkali Pain, and of course the Sleep with the Fishes. Plus, it's good against aggro. So I found one of them is just enough to happen to be just too many. The Shield Slam kind of falls in the own category, but kind of a little bit different. Shield Slam is really good against like one big single target creature like Arcane Giant or a big Van Cleef or like Medivh or just whatever big minion your opponent happens to play, and you get to shield block and get enough armor. As we know, Warrior generates armor, and armor can be used to deal damage. We also have Ally Armor Smith to help the Shield Slam out. The problem is that there's a lot of aggro right now, and Shield Slam is really bad versus like Token Shaman, it's bad versus Token Druid. It's really bad versus the new Secret Mage. So it's kind of just like some matchups it's really good, some matchups it's really bad. Normally you'd always run two Shield Slams 100%, but I found one again is just enough because we have executes, and executes basically just said destroy whatever you want to a damaged minion. This also combos well with Blood to Ichor if I didn't mention that before. So execute really good, and I found that one Shield Slam is fine. Plus on top of that, we're running a Sleep with the Fishes, which makes the Shield Slam a little bit worse because we have other ways to remove minions, plus of course two brawls. Anyway, Fiery War Axe, two of these, always a staple, best weapon in the game. I don't see how they're ever going to replace this card in Warrior as a staple in any single deck, unless they basically rotate it out with like a what do they call them, Hall of Fame cards or something like that. Slam, I always run two of these guys. It's super good. You know, deal 2 damage to a minion. If it kills it, then that's great, 1 for 1. And if it happens to live, you get to draw a card. And because you damaged it, it also combos, again, Sleep with the Fishes, execute, things like that, weakens it for trades. Slam's a fantastic card. One Sleep with the Fishes, I found two, again, too many. One is just enough. The fact that you can combo this with, of course, Ravaging Ghoul, Blood to Ichor, in any trades, you know, you trade your smaller minions into the bigger ones, you Sleep with the Fishes, you clear the board. It's just a good card. Really only that great against a aggro deck. So aggro mid-range decks, control decks, like if you play against the mage or a priest, Sleep with the Fishes is basically useless, which is why I only run one, not two. Alkali Pain is your draw mechanic. You have two draw mechanics in this deck. You have double Alkali Pain, you have double Slam, and you have one Harrison Jones, and that's basically where all of your draw comes from. So being able to combo Alkali Pain with the Blood to Ichor, the Ravaging Ghouls, or just to have them get, you know, at least 2 card draws from it is pretty important. On top of that, there's cards in this deck that'll buff cards, which we haven't gotten to yet, but you actually get to buff Alkali Pain a lot of the times, which allows you to draw upwards of, you know, 2 to 3, even 4 cards sometimes. The Gluttonous Ooze, this deck, due to its fact that it's not really superior at doing one thing, like there's no, you know, we Alex draws a double Fireball, Frostbolt face. It doesn't have a clear win condition. This deck can win through fatigue, it can win through value, it can win through burst. There's not like a clear method there. There's a lot of tech cards in this deck, and right now with this deck more than anything, being able to get off one of these tech cards is really important. So, you know, being able to Gluttonous Ooze a Medivh weapon, and our Arcanite Reaper from another a warrior, an upgraded fiery war axe, you know, an Assbringer from a fucking paladin, you name it, Gluttonous Ooze got it. So it's really good weapon destruction card, and if you can land it, it's good. But even if you don't get to land the weapon, it's still a 3-drop 3/3. It's not as bad as like playing a Hungry Crab and our opponent not having Murlocs. Ravaging Ghoul is a staple in any warrior deck, 2 of these guys for sure. Shield block, again, these aren't as great because we only have 1 shield slam, and I also said that the Alkalite Pains, the Harrison, and the slams were good draw mechanic. Normally shield block is good draw too, but normally you don't want to depend on your shield slam to be drawing you cards. You want to use it to either stay alive against an aggro deck or combo it with a shield slam, but I guess you could also use it as a draw mechanic as well. It's just really expensive, you know, pay 3 mana to draw 3, draw 1 card. That doesn't feel that great, and you don't want to depend on it. Eater of Secrets, another tech card. Again, a lot of mages out there, guys. Plus, it's not only good against mages, it's good against Hunter and Paladin. So I'm sure we'll get it off on a mage in one of our games. If we don't play any mages, I'm sure it'll be a Paladin or a Hunter. We will, in our games that we play, I guarantee we will get Eater of Secrets value. Hopefully. If we don't, fuck my life. You can replace it. Grimy Gadgeteer. This is again one of the cards that is kind of overlooked in my opinion. I think if this card was in any other class, it would be played. But the fact that it's in a warrior, and warrior's in a really weird spot where you either play Taunt Warrior or Pirate Warrior, and it doesn't fit in either one of those decks, it gets overlooked like crazy. But I tried to make it work, and in this deck, it works great. So it's a 4 mana 4/3. At the end of your turn, give a random minion in your hand +2/+2, which already makes it a 4 mana 6/5. Not the best. It's not a 4 mana 7/7, but its ability repeats. So if you can get this card to stick or tuck it behind an ally armorsmith, and it lands on, you know, Hellscream, Ysera, Danhan Cho, of course, even another one of it or an Alkalite Pain, big value, big value. Even if it lands on ally armorsmith, making ally armorsmith a 4/9 is huge. So again, 2 Armorsmiths. These guys are just kind of too good not to put in the deck. The problem is if you go against a Priest, you kind of want your Gadgeteers to land on the Armorsmiths, so they turn into 4 attack minions, and then they become cards that they can't Potion of Madness and or Shadow Word Pain. So very important. Double Brawl, kind of a staple. This is your field clear. This is like one of the best forms of field clear in my opinion in the game. It doesn't matter what creatures your opponent has. It's going to kill basically everything but 1 minion. And for some reason, I don't know why, but the more minions that are on the board for your opponent's side and the less minions you have and you brawl, it's always your minion that lives. But let's say it's like they have 4 minions and you have 4 minions, or they have 2 minions and you have 3 minions and you brawl, their minion always lives. It's the weirdest fucking thing. If you play brawl at all, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. At least because of value. It's a 5 mana 5/5, shuffle a card in your deck, and then you get 5 more cards. So depending on if we play like against a control priest or a control paladin, Elise actually becomes a thing, but if not, then maybe not. Harrison Jones, again, a 5 mana 5/4 isn't bad, plus the fact that it destroys a weapon. There's a lot of pirate warrior running around, a lot of paladin, a lot of rogue, a lot of shaman. They all run weapons. Destroying those weapons is nice. Black Knight, really interesting card. You guys, Rob, you're crazy. What the fuck is this deck? There's so many taunts out there, guys. You don't even realize how many taunt minions there are for Black Knight to kill until you start playing Black Knight. Like, Primordial Drake feels so damn good. Tar Creeper, Thing from Below, Stonehill Defender, any card that Stonehill Defender generates, Spike Ridge Steed, Tyrion, the list, literally any card in Taunt Warrior. Like, the list just goes on. So this is just a fantastic card right now. Danhan Cho is better than what you think. Yeah, the problem is he's not a win more. If you're both equal in tempo, he's good. If you're ahead in tempo, he's great. If you're behind, he's not so good. So he's good out of 2 or 3 situations. The only requirement to him is you have to have a card in your hand, or a creature in your hand, I should say. And for the most time, he's pretty good, especially if you can land some shit on Hellscream and go for like a Hellscream Slam, Hellscream Blood to Ichor for like a 15 damage burst out of nowhere. Feels really nice. Hellscream, staple in the deck for sure. This card is just fucking crazy. It's super good. It's always been played. Always been found in Control Warrior. Never will change. Primordial Drake, this card is just good on its own. An 8 mana 4/8, but taunt, which is nice. And then Battlecry, deal 2 damage to all their minions. Saves our ass so many different games. I can't even tell you. And it's just a fantastic card. I'm even thinking about sometimes even running 2. If you feel like Black Knight sucks, or Elise sucks, or if one of your 5 mana costing cards sucks, or more, you can just replace one of those with another Primordial Drake, and that's fine. You can replace Ysera with another Primordial Drake, that's fine. But Ysera generates value again at the end of every turn. If you notice, there's like a cycle going, or not a cycle, but I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. It's super late. A trend. I don't even know why I couldn't think of the word trend. There's a trend. You know, a lot of things do. A lot of these cards do at the end of the turn. You got Ysera at the end of the turn, generates a card. You get Grimy Gadgeteer. Holy crap, guys! At the end of every turn, it generates value. Dawnhand Show. Not at the every end of turn, but it still generates value. So there's just a lot of these cards that generate value, but just not right away. It takes some time for them to build up, and that's where the value gets rolling, is when your opponent can't kill one of these right away. They stick for a turn or two, and it's just GG no re. So with that, let's head into some of these ranked games. I can show off this really cool deck to you guys, and we can pull off some dang tank wins. So as always, I'll catch you there. All right, so heading into our first game here, we are playing against a Shaman. All right. Most likely Token. Token is super popular right now. I actually don't mind this opening hand at all, because Slam into Ravaging Ghoul is always nice, and then Fiery War Axe is almost an instantaneous keep every time as well. I'm gonna keep everything here. I have no complaints about any of this. Especially with it being Token. It's all good. Firefly, okay. Coin, the other dude. It's crazy. Double Firefly, holy shit. Well, that's pretty good. We always have to Axe him down. It's basically a 1 mana 2/4. So he had 2 1 mana 2/4s, and he both played them on 1. So he basically got a 2 mana 4/8 in stats, that is. I don't really like this Ravaging Ghoul, but it brings him down to 1. So it makes it if we draw into another Ravaging Ghoul good, or if we get into the, what is it? Maybe we should have held it. I don't think so, though. We could slam the Flame Tongue Totem, but I'm gonna go with the shield block. Keep drawing. We have Brawl, so. Feral Spirits, haven't seen that card in quite some time. Have not seen that card in quite some time. It's interesting. I think I'm gonna play the Eater's Secrets. Looks kind of silly here, but if he trades the wolves in, we get a good sleep at the fishes. Another wolves. Okay, so we just brawl this. I wonder if he trades double wolf into it. Nah, that'd be silly. Okay, easy brawl. Oh, baby. This actually, Ravaging Ghoul, Sleep at the Fishes kills everything. Or we brawl. Well, the thing is brawl is it kills stats of any kind, while the Ravaging Ghoul Execute only kills, or the Ravaging Ghoul Sleep with the Fishes only kills minions that are this low. So unfortunately last turn I guess we should have hero powered. Because Eater of Secrets just got wrecked. And sorry about the woohoo when we're streaming. Or when we're recording and our OBS is open, it normally always does that. We're gonna trade into here, play around another Flame Tongue Totem from killing our Gadgeteer. This Gadgeteer has been able to hit Ysera almost every single game I've played lately. Like, it sucks because we'll play Gadgeteer on 4, and we'll have like a 3 mana and a 5 mana, and then it'll hit Ysera every time. Like every time. It's crazy. That's a really good draw. So we get to play Primordial Drake into Ysera, and we're sitting pretty at 21 life. The Fire Elemental is interesting because it tells me he might be playing Hexes. Also the Feral Spirit. He might just be playing like some Control Shaman or mid-range Shaman. It's hard to say. It is very hard to say. What you got for me, fam? You have how many cards in hand? 6? Yep. It's Elemental Shaman. Okay. I didn't mention that first because it's not a very popular deck. Ysera Awakens is probably the best bet. Laughing Sister is probably the worst. I guess it's not as bad as Dream, but sometimes even Dream is better than Laughing Sister. If he has a Hex, he'll use it 100%. Devolve. This could be good. I'll take that. 7/7 and 8/8 is going to heal us. I think the Rag is going to die, though. 100%. Yep. Yep. So this gets slammed. See what we draw? Elise. So then this gets executed. Yeah, let's drop the Elise. Trade into here. She's a 5/5. I was thinking about the Laughing Sister, but it doesn't make sense. Play the biggest minion. He has 5 cards now instead of 6. He's already used 1 Devolve. He's already seen a Blaze Caller, a Fire Elemental. Seen a lot of shit. We haven't seen Jade Lightning though. So he's looking for spell power most likely. Doesn't get it. Thing from below. Black Knight's our best draw. Calamos, he played a Elemental last turn, so he gets value out of there. Let's think about these trades. Shield Slam. Does this help us any? Not really. So I think we slam. Well, the best thing would be to slam this and rip a War Axe. Or I think that's it. Maybe it's best not to. Maybe it's best to develop trade there. I don't know, man. Let's rip a Black Knight. Execute. Ugh. Why? Why do you do this to me? That means we should have slammed the thing from low. It was a 50-50 into getting an execute versus Black Knight. Which means I would have to hero power, shield slam, slam, trade. Both our dudes live, but they lose to AoE. That's a pretty big threat. Well, gotta commit. Gotta commit. Feels good, man. Black Knight coming in fucking clutch. Doppelganger Evolve. He runs Elementals and Doppelganger Evolve. And he hasn't drawn patches. And he's more than halfway through his deck. Oh my god. That's so much value. Because each one of these summons another one of those. Holy shit. If he has Bloodlust 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15, 19, 20, 21.
So many choices. Let the pain speak to me. I'm invincible.
I think that played around Bloodlust, right? Because he's at 7 damage without it, and then with it, he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. That's 12 plus 7. Yeah, he needs an additional spell on top of it. Okay. He could have played the Acidic Swamp Ooze there too, I suppose, because if he makes trades into our minions. He's looking for spell power. Does he get it? He gets a taunt. That could actually make or break this. And I mentioned this before in one of these videos. Each one of these summons another Doppelganger, which summons 2 more. So that with Spirit Echo is fucking crazy. So let's see if playing the Ooze would have made a significant difference there. If he has Lightning Storm, it might. Depends if he high rolls. And it looks like it doesn't matter, but that's fucking crazy. And he gets the Evolve. Does he get more taunts? No taunts. Holy shit, his deck was crazy. Loses instantly versus aggro, but still fucking crazy. Oh, you'd be like, oh, Rob, he rolled 2 Moat Lurkers. That's horrible. Well, you know, the chances to get 6 mana taunts is not that high either. You got Sunwalker and the 3/8. Yeah. Alright, so we're playing against Priest. So against Priest, we drop everything. Now that looks great. Our Gadgeteers are our best draws. 4 attack fucks Priests up hard. Let's see how many cards he kept. 1 on the very left. Okie dokie.
Is someone injured?
Cleric. So if we can rip a War Axe, that'd be sick. No War Axe. It's okay. If he gets Power Ward shielded, it's pretty bad. Just a heal. Alright, so here's another chance for a War Axe. Rippity dippity. If we slam it, that's really bad. So we just hero power. Just another heal. Okay. Yes, Sarah. We need more we need better fucking cards. So we're going to just hit that. Next turn we go slam coin Ravaging Ghoul if we really want. Mind games. Hopefully it gives him something bad. Black Knight. Well, now he knows we have a Black Knight. That's never good. That is really never good. I guess we just shield slam that. We still are in line to go slam that Ravaging Ghoul. Mind Vision. 100. Oh, God, every card in our hand is good. So we hope he got either Coin, Ravaging Ghoul, or Slam. If he got either Brawl, Hellscream, or Ysera, let me tell you, that is not very good. Alright, now the problem with the Gadgeteer is if the Gadgeteer lands on Ysera, Ysera no longer becomes a win condition. Another fucking Mind Vision. Why are we playing these stupid ass fucking decks right now? Why can't we play tier 1 decks? Alright, you got a Slam. That's a good card for him to get, not one of these better ones. Alright. Gadgeteer, just for the love of God, do not land on the Ysera. You know it's gonna land on the Ysera. Whew, it was right next to it. Good news is you can't kill it. That's why I needed to play it. Dragonfire. Dragonfire at 4-3, guys, and a 3-1. Feels pretty good. And then we actually get to drop the Ysera next turn. Once we drop the Ysera, it's game over unless he runs Mind Control. If he runs Mind Control, then, you know, game over for us. Shadow Ward Death. Okay. Probably just a hero power. Yep. So that tells me he is probably free from Amber in his hand. Oh, baby. We always go with the Ysera here. As much value as this could bring because he can't kill it, I think we always go with the Ysera. Ysera Awaken's really good too. I either want that one or the 7/6. He's probably waiting for a Mind Control, which is like fucking the scariest thing ever. Do we ever ally Armorsmith? Eh. There's the 4 mana. Oh my gosh, now it's a 9/8. Feels good. Okay, don't Mind Control. Oh my God, why? How did I fucking guess that this priest would have a Mind Control? That's what I want to know. Like Mind Control? What the hell? If you would have told me a priest running Mind Control right now in this meta, I would say you're fucking crazy. But nope. All right, so he has to have a Dragonfire Potion and a Shadow Ward Death to deal with this board. He has 10 cards, so he has to play something. Brawl. All right, so as long as Ally Armorsmith doesn't live, that's fine. 9-8 would have been cool too, but you know, a 4-3 that keeps buffing our shit, I'll take it. Alright, so we know that this needs to charge into that. Or we can weapon it and charge face. But then it gets around. I'm gonna keep it as a 4-attack minion. So we actually have lethal next turn. So we Ravaging Ghoul. This gets buffed. Then we can use Sarah Awakens at the same time, and he can't deal with either of one of these. So right now he has to Dragonfire and Shadow Ward Death. Holy shit. Alright, Dawn Hand Show. Buff the Ooze. Play the Ooze. Alright, back to having lethal. So now he has to Shadow Visions into another Shadow Ward Death, or he has to run a second Mind Control, or he has to Free from Amber, or Ragnaros the Light Lord. And you say, Rob, what are the fucking chances of this? 100%, fam. Mind games, playing a card on my deck. Oh my god, why did he have to get this taunt? Feels so bad. That is so good. That is so good. So if we even if we Sarah Awakens, it does 5, and it doesn't actually kill either one of those minions. That is crazy. I don't even want to play the Ally Armorsmith. Gives us a bad brawl if he has another one. Because of our 7/7 lives, or our 10/7 lives, we're good. Alright, so he cannot... I don't even know what he can or can't get anymore. This guy has had some ridiculous shit. He has to, like, Thought Steal. We don't even have any more brawls. Yeah, there's no way. Actually, I take that back. There's always a way. He, like, fucking... does crazy innervates into Yogg. I don't fucking know, man. But that's how this deck is normally supposed to go against Druid and Priest. Like, we just keep buffing our stuff, and then we just keep playing huge minions, and eventually he runs out of shit. Like, he has AoE, but they're too big to kill by AoE, so he has to Shadow Ward Death, but he only has 2 Shadow Ward Deaths, and they normally never Shadow Visions into Shadow Ward Death early on. They never Shadow Visions into, like, I don't know, more AoE, so it takes 2 turns of AoE, but we get 1 big swing in, so... Another Priest. Whoa, that's weird. I think we always keep the Gadgeteer. And we get rid of everything else. We look for War Axe to deal with the Northshire Cleric early on. Gadgeteer 2 OP. There's War Axe, but there's our other giant minions in the deck. I wonder... Yeah, he can never Power Word Shield this. So we actually always coin the War Axe to kill it, so we can't Power Word Shield it. And now he just hero powers unless he has the 2/3 Radiant Elemental, but he never plays that. But he hovered over this card, which tells me he has a turn 2 play most likely. Because the only time he'd hover over a card is a new card in your hand, just to like highlight it. To be like, okay, that's what I got. Did he just heal me? What a nice guy. What a good guy. Now he never does a single point of damage to me the rest of the game, and he Alex Drawses me. So the healing never mattered. It was all just extended BM. There's the Radiant Elemental. That's the card I thought it was that he hovered over. But he's going to Shadow Visions and hope to get Power Word Shield. Click it really quickly. Did he get it? Yep. It's okay, because we can still slam it and swing into it. Unless he gets another Power Word Shield, which would be really bad. So there's the slam. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he already Shadow Visioned a Power Word Shield. So now he can't Shadow Visions and look for an extra buffer. Or look for an extra Shadow of Death. And we always have this on 3, as long as he doesn't play, like, Glimmer Root. Priest of the Feast, that's pretty bad for us. Do we actually have to slam and execute a Priest of the Feast? Because if we play this, it's just going to die to this, and then he heals it and it goes to 4. What do we slam? I guess the slam execute is going to happen. We need a clean board for this Gadgeteer. And it's not like priests have a lot of minions. like good minions. Like they have their Elise, they have their Priest of the Feast, they have Medivh if they run him, Twilight Drake, but he's only a 4/5. He's shielding it. It's 4/7. If we play Harrison Jones, he trades, it goes to 4. If we play this, it goes to heals it goes to 5, but this can buff a card in our hand, but we float 1. So I guess we just play Harrison. Force him to trade, heal. That feels kind of bad. Right now it's just going back and forth for the board. There's the Glimmer route. See if he picks correctly. Yep. Okay. So trade and heal. Feels bad. Because now when we play this, it just dies to this 3/3. Shadow Visions. I wonder what he looks for. If he gets a Power Word Shield, that's such a mistake. Because eventually we'll just draw into Brawl. He's Dragon Priest, by the way, due to the Twilight Drake. That didn't. Oh. Okay. That happened to work out. So his best trade is to heal his 3/2 and then trade the 3/2 into the 2/1. And then I have no way to deal with that 3/3 besides trading my 3/3. But if he goes his 3, oh, okay, he could slam it. All right, that's not the best card for him to get out of Glimmer Root. Potion. Oh my God, that was perfect. Holy shit. All right. So we want a Dawn Hand Show and Dawn Hand Show hit Hellscream. Nether Spite Historian. We want him to get anything but an operative. Alright, well, Ysera's bad too, right? But hopefully just not that. So now we go Dawn Hand Show and hopefully it doesn't buff the Gadgeteer. The Ooze is fine. Operative. Shadow Word Death. Okay. Alright, let's hope he doesn't have another death. Because now it's going to contest the operative. There's a Ysera that came out of the Historian. That's what I was hoping would not come out of the... So we still have an Execute left and a Shield Slam. Elise doesn't really help us too much. We're just gonna play the most power we can. We need to get rid of this Ysera, so we're gonna hope he doesn't rip Ysera Awakens, because then he can kill our Elise and then bring the 8/8, and we're also gonna hope he doesn't draw Shadow Word Pain, or Death, I should say. We also can go Shield Block, Shield Block. Oh my God, there's the dream. Literally the dream. Another Ysera. All right, so now we rip a Brawl, and the Brawl allows the Elise to live. But unfortunately, he's generated 2 cards, or 3 cards now from Ysera. All of them are really good. And there's our Ysera, but it's too fucking late. So, Brawl. Fuck, Brawl. Well, now we just basically have to look for Brawl. It's almost too late. There's 2 cards that we hope, like, even if he gets operative, it's really bad, but I guess Ysera is too much of an end of the world, especially when we can't seem to draw Shield Slam or other Executor, either one of our Brawls. Alright, so he's using Pain to stop the draw, because he knows I don't have Brawl, or I would have used it 100%. Can we ever win late game with him drawing 5 cards from Ysera? Probably not. I'll give one more turn to draw Brawl, and if I don't draw it, I'll concede so we can move on to the next game. It's unfortunate, but, you know, it happens. He shouldn't play anything. He just didn't wait. Because he probably got at least 1 Ysera Awakens and then the 4 mana 7/6. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Come on. How did it extend out like that? That's my question. Nope. I need a brawl. All right, so now we're 2-1. Let's go 3-1. That's what we normally do in our deck guides. Let's have an average deck guide. Let's go against an actual deck that we see a lot of, like Token Druid, Mage. I don't know. Some classes that are popular. A Warrior. Didn't we already go against a Pirate Warrior, I believe? Was one of our first games. I guess if it's Taunt Warrior, we haven't seen that in a while, but that's not a good matchup that we want to show off. So we always keep Ooze. I've seen so much Pirates today. It's... Oh my god. We draw Harrison and Ooze if it's Pirates. Even this is kind of bad because we need early game. Like, we can't just depend on weapon destruction and nothing else. Like, we need War Axe or Slams or Blood to Ichor, stuff like that. Like, we can't just solely depend on... Okay, so it's Taunt. Alright, well, this is going to be a hard game to win. Not impossibly difficult, but it's like, I want to say a 70-30. 70 him, 30 us. Like, we have to basically play a Gadgeteer, and hopefully it sticks at least 2 turns. If it doesn't, then whatever we play hopefully doesn't get executed or slammed, like, immediately. Public Defender. So he's going against a lot of aggro. It's a card you don't really see too often. I don't think we attack into Public Defender. I wonder if we play the Pain instead of coining into the Gadgeteer. Yeah, I'm go for it. It's not a bad one to hit. I just didn't want it to hit the Drake. Because the Drake's good by itself. So this is weak to a Slam, and it's weak to a War Axe. Yeah, it had War Axe, it would have died anyway. But now we can Ooze the War Axe. Oh, man. There's no reason to attack into any of these creatures yet. It's a waste of a War Axe. We also could have, oh man, it's a lot of Armor Smiths. We draw a Ravaging Ghoul, it's really, really good. Another War Axe. Well, gotta get work done eventually. Actually, there's merit to keeping the Stone Hill up and saving the weapon charge for the Alkali to Pain. He only has 4 cards in hand and he's still pretty far away. That's a good one for him to draw. I wonder if he double trades into the Ooze so he can't kill Sarah. Much better play. But now you give me a good Sleep of the Fishes. Oh gosh, so much armor. Yeah, well, what are we gonna do about it, right? That's like 2 attacks with big minions. How far is he? 3 out of 7? Almost halfway. Well, right below halfway. Because once he hits half... Oh my god. Well, that's a good top deck. And that's the deep dish top deck. Oh man. This is rough. Because that, without that, like, that taunt basically counts as 3 taunts. Because he draws him 2 taunts, and then it counts as a taunt himself. So that's really, really bad. That's like one of the cards we hope we don't see till like at least 13 cards or 15 cards in the deck. But it's all right. It's part of the way this matchup goes. Looks like we're this is gonna be a 3-2 deck guide. Because like I said, we don't win first Pirate Warrior or Taunt Warrior ever. It's part of the sacrifices we make for running a cool deck. Well, yeah. It's kind of our only option right now. Because then this can trade into the Ally Armorsmith, and then we can Ravage and Ghoul to kill them both. Stubborn Gastropod, he's going to play another taunt. He's going to complete the quest, gets it done, then we Harrison Jones that quest. He already has like a retarded amount of armor. Like normally if they quest, we can get lucky with the amount of armor they have, so we can like burn them down. But the problem is when it gets like this, it's kind of rough. So unless we rip it execute, we always there's merit to play Ysera. Because we Ysera, we weapon into that, we trade there, and we hope that doesn't trade there, we brawl. And look for the, nah, drop the Ysera. This trade's here. This trade's here. And then we're gonna hope that the Rag hit does not hit the Ysera. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Ravage and Ghoul. Alright, so that's an execute coming down. Oh, Sleep with the Fishes. And then an execute? I mean, if the Rag shot misses, we stand a chance. Has to go face. Oh, rip Ysera. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't both Black Knight and Harrison. Oh, man. Well, we're going to see more taunts in the future eventually. So if we Harrison, is there any way for us to... Yeah. We could maybe win still, surprisingly. Probably not, but there's a chance. Alright, so go face. That's really bad, because now he gets the free trade there. I guess it's the second best. Or yeah, because if it hits the 7/6, then he just trades there and that guy lives. Which is bad too. So this gets slammed. This hits there. And then we want to play the biggest card we can. So we can play the 7/6. It's pretty nice. It was that or Elise. I don't think we have to play the Elise yet. So hit the 3/3 or face. Hits the 7/6. Fucking rip. That's the one we hoped it didn't hit. Alright, now we can Black Knight that. So we Black Knight this guy. Play this. Now we start chipping down on the life. Eventually we push through. So hopefully his Rag shot hits the 1/3 and we get to draw more cards. He might even brawl this board out. I wouldn't be surprised. Ravage and Ghoul kills this. We draw one. Does he Rag shot? Rag shot hit the 1/2? Oh my god, he's getting on point Rag shots. These Rag shots are brutal. We're never gonna have a lot of armor, so it's never gonna be a thing where like, oh yeah, let's do this instead of that, and this doesn't work, so. Alright. So hopefully the Rag shot hits the 1/2 and he can't get through the taunt. He could again, brawl is always an option. And if he brawls, we basically want our Armorsmith to live. And Elise has to give us something really juicy. Trades. Sleep with the Fishes again? Okay, so we draw another card. He kills his own minion. Hits there, and then we're going to take 8. Ow. Then Tar Creeper comes in the board, which is really bad. So do I really have to execute a Tar Creeper?
Maybe.
Well, Rag can't hit face. That is the goal. Rag cannot hit the face. We've gotten unlucky before, so Rag has to hit a minion. Unless this guy can kill both minions. Well, it's actually a 50-50 because he just trades the 2-1 and the 1-4 into the 3-3. And then it's a 50-50 between Don Hancho and my face. But we don't really have another better option than that. These brawls have been pretty useless for us in this matchup. Alright. He could have just made it 50-50, but I'm not going to correct him. So Hellscream gets played. Hellscream smacks here. He smack. Well, we actually can fit in and execute and kill everything. Or we hero power trade and go down another one. Yeah. Alright, so it's a 33% chance to lose. He could hit the Rag, or the Hellscream, which would be super nice. Alright, so it's a 50-50. So hopefully Hellscream lives. And it hits the Hellscream. Hit the Hellscream, hit the Hellscream, hit the Hellscream. Hey, Lamau. Oh, we're still in it. So this goes. And then this goes. The reason we play the Eater of Secrets instead of the Gadgeteer is because his weapon can't kill the minions. Like, if we play the Gadgeteer, his weapon can kill it, and then it's a 50-50, but right now it's a less chance that his hero power hits face. And this is what I was talking about. Like, there's no way any class beats this late game. The fact that we've been able to live this long is, like, crazy. But, like, this is the most brain-dead possible hero power Blizzard could have came up with. It's an automatic it's similar to Jiraxxus, but at least Jiraxxus sets your hero power to 15. This is just brain dead. Just keep clicking this and eventually you'll win. The reason we did this is because the weapon is going to be able to kill a creature, so we basically generated an additional creature to hopefully stop the 50-50. Because he hero powers face and we just instantaneously lose. He can still brawl, and if he brawls and either of these 2 mana or 2 HP card lives, we lose. So that's an execute in his hand. Hit a minion. Cool. Still live another turn. So we can get the pack and I don't know, maybe get lucky. Oh, no lucky for us. All right. Oh, that's nice. Summon copies of my damaged minions.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Do I ever attack here? Yes. Put damage on it so we can execute it. Getting Elise out of the lap. Getting Elise out of the pack was crazy, by the way. There's a slight chance we can maybe make some crazy comeback. I don't fucking know. Hit the 5/5. Thank you. Oh man. So, do we play the? We have 8 cards in our hand. I think. Do we ever execute this 1/1 or do we brawl? No. We lurker. Hit it with the adapt. I guess we give it +3 attack. And then we at least pack in hero power? Or do we execute hero power? Because right now we're at 7. That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know. Whew. Holy shit. I don't know what's right or wrong anymore. Hit the 2-2? Oh no. Alright, this is where... Oh no, he even kills that. Okay. Alright, we need his rag shot to kill this 3-4. And then we need to play Tyrantus, rag shot, hit Tyrantus. And then we need to sudden Genesis the Tyrantus. Hit the 3-4? Oh no. Oh no. We have to hero power because we're gonna take 2 next turn. And then we have to Sunkeeper. I mean, we could, I guess, trade, execute, and then have a higher chance to play a minion, yeah. Play this dude, and then give him Divine Shield. Oh, +3 health, that's it. Health doesn't matter. I guess +1, +1. So then we're gonna take 3, so we have 1 turn to live. Yeah, there's no winning. It was a close game though. I mean, I don't even want to say close, but... Look at that hero power go. It's insane how skilled this warrior is. Ah, man. Oh, let's play another and hopefully we don't lose. It would really suck to have to not include any of this in a deck guide after, like I mentioned, already completing a deck guide with this deck. Oh, man. That just all around feels really bad. I remember one time I had to do the same deck guide 4 times in a row. Because every time we did a video, it somehow got ruined. One time the hard drive crashed. One time my computer blue screened. I don't even understand how this thing is messed up right here. Like, because our head is like being cut off. Against Hunter. That's the plan. But yeah, one time we had to do a deck guide 4 times. By the 4th time, I was like so unbelievably tilted and not happy. It was like one of the worst deck guides I've ever done. I'm like, we're playing this. We're playing that. We're doing this. We're doing that. But Rob, why don't you play Taunt Warrior? Because it's boring, guys. This deck is so much more fun than a Taunt Warrior deck. War Axe is our best card. Okay. So if we play the Ravaging Ghoul, it's kind of a waste. I guess we could play the Ooze. The problem is if he plays a weapon, we get so fucked. He's gonna play Eaglehorn Bow here, isn't he? It's impossible to say if they have Eaglehorn Bow or not. Some hunters run it, some don't. It's not one of those cards that you actively sit there and be like, oh yeah, hit the Yale Armorsmith. Cool. All right, buddy. Because there's like, let's say we sit on the Ally Armorsmith the whole game, or the Gluttonous Ooze the whole game, and he doesn't run the bow, we get so fucked, right? Meanwhile, if we hold on to it, like if we play it and he doesn't have it, it's the best play by far. If we hold on to it, and even if he has bow, who's to say he has like, you know, the 1, 2, 3 or whatever, because he coined out the Rat Pack. So if he trades the Rat Pack. There's a secret. We run Secret Eater, so that's nice. Sleep with the fishes. Unfortunately, if we go Ravaging Ghoul, Sleep with the Fishes, he still gets a bunch of 1/1s. So it could be best to go like Blood Ichor, Execute, and then Ravaging Ghoul, but then this gets super buffed. Maybe best to ignore the 1/1s, to be honest.
So many choices.
It looks like that is the best choice. If we attack here, and this is a freezing trap. But if it's not a freezing trap, that is fucking crazy. Do we think it's a freezing trap? Because we're going to be taking 3.
Maybe. No.
I'm going to hold back the attack. Because I'll just attack with the Ravaging Ghoul next turn. We still have a chance to draw Eater of Secrets. And he has 4 1/1s, and that's still not enough to get the Ally Armor Smith. And if he wants to give me 8 armor, that's okay with me too. Unless he rips like Animal Companion into Leok. Another Eagle Horn into Hyena. Couldn't ask for any better than that, to be honest. He literally could not ask any better. So I guess this is where we attack into... Well, we Alkalite of Pain. And we test Animal Companion. We test, well, Freezing Trap. Cool. This uses a bow charge. That's why it's important. And I wanted to bring back Ravaging Ghoul so we could kill those 1/1s. So hopefully we can draw Eater of Secrets and him actually play a secret. That'd be cool. Or a Harrison Jones. That's why we have him in the deck. So there's our draw. Soak 3 damage, draw 1. Eater of Secrets is here. No secrets to play though yet. Alright, we need to kill this Tundra Rhino. Our best draw, probably not Elise. I guess we go, well, we could go Ravaging Ghoul, but that doesn't feel very good. So I'm going to go with the armor. There we go. That's better. Cool. So now we got our Eater. We got our Harrison Jones. We're really scared of a Savannah Highmane. Kill command comes down. Best card we can draw now is Brawl. If not Brawl, at least a Negs. I don't know, it's hard to say. Brawl is just so much better. Alright, Drake, 100%. Kills the 1/1s, damages everything else. So let's say he trades. Oh man, just don't rip a Savannah Highmane. That's really bad. We need 1 turn, no Highmane. Jeweled Macaw gets him. Bing, 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 bing. Weasel Tunneler! Tunneler coming at you live right now. Alright, I think we win. Holy shit, this was a close game. The Tunneler coming at us live right now. Smart trades by him, by the way. Well, yeah, I don't think you would have traded any other way. Cool. 3 and 2, not the best deck guide, but it shows that this deck isn't like super powerful, and that's not what I was trying to like. Our 4 and 0 was good. The decks, the games that we played, we got 1 really lucky Brawl, and the other one we got a pretty good hand. But the deck is not supposed to be some crazy like super overpowered deck. This deck is supposed to be a really cool control deck that is basically what Control Warrior is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be fucking Taunt Warrior. And the reason you'd be like, well, Rob, you have so many tech cards. Why don't you go with the core of the deck? There's so much that like, if you land any of these tech cards against the deck you're playing against, like if you notice the fact, the turn we Harrison Jones, the Hunter, he's done. The second you see Eater of Secrets, a Mage, they're done. For them, it's not done, but it like swings the game so far. The second you Gluttonous Ooze a Pirate Warrior, they're good. And the cards that they work against almost any deck, right? Gluttonous Ooze works against Rogue, Paladin, Hunter, other Warriors. Shamans, same thing with Harrison. Eater of Secrets, we were seeing secrets in Hunter, Mages, Paladins, like really popular decks. All of these cards work really well against Black Knight. You can be like, Rob, this card isn't good. I explained that earlier on, but still, almost every deck, any mid-range to control deck, either runs Tar Creepers or Primordial Element or Primordial Drakes. And on top of that, I'm in Tyrians. Like Paladin's super popular. The only deck that it's really bad against is Mages. But even if you like Mirror Entity, like you play, let's say they play Mirror Entity on your Ally Armorsmith, you can plan ahead and Black Knight the card at Mirror Entities. Like there's plays to be made even with Black Knight against decks that normally don't have taunts. So there's ways around it. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the deck guide. Sorry it wasn't our first one. Really apologize. Our audio got messed up, and that's why this is our second time doing it. But anyway, I think overall you got to see how cool the deck is and kind of its workaround. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Of course, I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.